guys, just call me Ash here and welcome back to another Minecraft roleplay tutorial. And today I'm going to be showing you how to make awesome thumbnails for free 99 for your Minecraft roleplay. Everything I use in this video is 100% free. However, you will need a computer to do this. You cannot do this on mobile, with this method at least. So enough talking, let's just get into it. The programs you will need are any browsing source, Minecraft, Blender, and the Ice Cube Blender rig. So to start off, you're going to want to go into Minecraft and take a nice screenshot with shaders of the background you want. I just use the background that I use for the episode, so say that the main background that they're using in the episode is the village. I'm going to go take a nice screenshot of the village. This very large building looks very nice, and this time of day looks pretty good with the clouds and stuff. I'm going to take a screenshot with my computer, and you can just do that by pressing Shift-Control-S. Not too sure what the keybind is for Mac, but you can just Google that real quick and figure it out. And that will be saved onto my computer, so you can go ahead and exit out of Minecraft. I noticed that a lot of thumbnail tutorials use Cinema 4D, and I was like, that sounds like a great software. However, it costs a fuck ton of money.
Help me, I'm poor.
Like, what the hell is that? I don't know how all these small YouTubers are affording that. I, however, am not. So I use Blender, which is completely free. And I will leave a link to download Blender in the description below. Once you have installed Blender, go ahead and open it. Go ahead and click New File. Well, let me... Why is it not letting me... Resize! So once you're in Blender, this will look very confusing. So to move around, use the center of your mouse scroll wheel to turn the camera, and you can use this hand to move. If you selected General, there will be this cube right here. You can go ahead and click it, then use the Delete key to get rid of it. Now, to install the Ice Cube rig, which I have linked down below, by the way, I have everything in this video linked down below, you will need to install it. You'll go down to Edit and hit Preferences, and it'll bring this up. In the corner here, you'll see this little arrow, and if you click it, you can hit Install from Disk. Go to Downloads and find the Ice Cube folder. Go to the Ice Cube zip folder and hit Install from Disk. So once you have the rig installed, you can go ahead and hit Shift and A. Oh, whoops. Shift and A. And you can see at the bottom, it'll say Ice Cube. And you have three options. You can pick the default height, something a little shorter, or something a little bit taller. I'm just going to pick default. And you're like, why is he all white? Well, you got to hit this little circle here in the corner. And if it doesn't crash, there we go. It'll bring some light to him. Now you can click this little ice cube and delete it, and this head and delete it. Doesn't really serve a purpose. I don't know why it's there. Now to change the skin, you will want to click this outer box right here. And it should highlight everything. All orange. And you can go ahead and switch to pose mode. This little arrow here, if you click it, and click Ice Cube version 2, you will have a bunch of options. Don't touch this. Just don't touch it. And in style here, you can select the arm thickness. You can have Alex and have thin, or you can have Steve. Where'd all my thumbnail skins go? No, did they all get deleted? Fuck. For the skin that you're going to use for your thumbnail, you have to have a very specific aspect to your skin, if that makes sense. So you'll want to go into any skin editing software, and you'll want to fill in the eyes. So now if you hit this folder button and go to wherever you keep your skin, I don't want to do that. As you can see, my skin's in here. Now to move the eye down, you will click this arrow here and then select the move tool. And you can just click the arrow to move it down. And now just play with the settings a little bit. Change the eye color. These sliders here will change the width of the eye. So if you want him you want your character to be super surprised, you can do that. And you can move the eyebrow up. So the center here, you can bend it. With this arrow here, you can raise it up. And this little thing right here is the mouth. And yeah, that's terrifying. So this box right here will let you change what the character's looking. And having arms bent a little, not static by their side, will look a lot more dynamic. Now, if you're not super experienced with Blender, I wouldn't recommend trying this. I mean, you can, but like, beginners to Blender always make the weirdest fucking shit. You can ask literally anyone who uses Blender. This isn't like really an in-depth Blender tutorial. I'm not a Blender expert, but I can kind of show you guys if you want. Okay. So you'll want to select the hat layer just by clicking the hat layer. And it should be highlighted like that. If you go down to edit mode, oh wait, no, I totally fucked up. You can also go to the side panel here and select hat layer. Okay, so if you go to edit mode, oh, what the object mode, hat layer. Okay. If you go to edit mode, there we go. I'm bald. It should highlight like this. And if you go ahead and select all these little spaces, they should be highlighted like that. You can hit shift to select more at a time than just what you have selected. Making sure not to select any like these boxes. Any of the boxes with pixels on it. And then you hit delete, and then you delete faces. And you delete all the empty faces on the block, or on the model. Okay. So I've deleted all the empty faces on the hat layer except the bottom, but that one doesn't really matter. We're going to go back to object mode. And we're going to select the hat layer again. And you're going to go ahead and hit, what is it? You're going to go to modifiers, which is this little wrench right here. You're going to hit add modifier, and then you're going to add a solidify modifier. And it's going to make it thick like this. And this can actually give you 3D hat layers. So you'll want to select even thickness. And you can make it super thick, or you can make it kind of thick. You can also make it stick out more if you want. You want to go to edit mode and then select edge, and you're going to want to select, oh, hold on. You gotta make sure you select all of it. Now you're going to go to edge, then you're going to go hit mark sharp. And then if you go into object mode, it shouldn't be shiny anymore. Okay, so once you've posed it as you want, you'll want to go over to where it says view above Ice Cube V2. And you're going to want to select camera to view. Now, if you select this camera button, you should be able to move the camera as you move your mouse. Once you are happy with your position, make sure it's a little bit wider than you think it is. Go ahead and turn off camera to view. And when you move, it should release you. So now you want to select this shading button. And you can see it's dark. So go back to object mode. And you can hit Shift A. And it should bring this menu up. And you'll want to select light. And you'll select sun. I'm sure there are Blender pros looking at me in disgust and shame right now. I'm so sorry. I'm not a Blender expert. I'm sure you'll be like, this lighting is fucking ass. Like, please let me know. Please let everyone know. So what I like to do is I like to put light directly behind the camera. And you can use the rotate button to rotate it towards your little dude. And yeah, that's not bright enough. So if you go to the light button, you can change the color and strength. I like the strength to be 4-ish, not 47. 4. I feel like that's a nice sweet spot. And you can change the color. I always like it to be ever so slightly, barely yellow. I feel like it looks a lot better than being sterile. And, you know, the lighting is like okay, but it's pretty dark still. So you'll copy, go Control C, and then you'll Control V the light source. And you can move it. Then I will put it behind my little dude. Make sure it's backlit. So you're going to do one more thing before you're finished with your blender. With the blender portion, you're going to go to render and you're going to search. And you should see this little box right here. Go ahead and tick that. Okay. So now you're going to go over to where it says render and you're just going to hit render image. And it should bring your little dude up. Now you can review the image and you can be like, this needs a little something. Like, I feel like my little dude needs to be like looking at the camera more. Maybe have the eyes a little bit wider. That's a lot better. So now you can go ahead and hit image, save. Make sure to save your blend. Now you're going to go to Photopea.com. This is like a free Photoshop software. Because Photoshop costs a fuck ton of money. But you can also use like Fire Alpaca, Clip Studio Paint, like any art software will do. So you're going to hit new project. And there is a YouTube thumbnail option. So you can go ahead and select that. If you're using a different program than Photopea, just use a 1280 by 720 pixel resolution. That way it fits Minecraft. Or fits YouTube, not Minecraft. All roads lead back to Minecraft. Okay, so now you're going to hit open in place. And you're going to find your blend. Mine saved to my documents. Go to your screenshots folder. If you're using Windows 11, it should be in pictures. What you're going to do is you're going to go to new layer. You're going to go to layer and then you're going to add new. Then in these boxes right here, go and click black. And this box right here, you can also change the sizes if you want. I just use rectangle. You can go ahead and make that black. If you go to the move tool, you can shrink it a little bit. Change the opacity. I like mine at like 25-ish. And you can go to, I think I use... Okay. And you can go over to soft light, which makes it a little bit more appeasing. Nah, I like soft light. Okay, I like. Now, selecting your screenshot layer, you can go ahead and hit filter, blur, Gaussian. So you'll notice that the background is very vivid and my character is a little washed out. So now you're going to go to filter and you're going to go to camera raw. You want them to not be super washed out. So you'll turn down, if your character is too dark, you can turn up the exposure. If they're too light, you can turn it down. Mine's not super washed out, like a little bit. So I'm going to put it at like 0.3. You can turn up the vibrance, turn up the saturation a little bit. Oh yeah, that looks a lot better. Okay. So now you can add some cool text. You can also add cute little like sparkles, make it a little bit more interesting visually. But my character needs to stand out a little bit. So you can go over to your character layer. You can hit layer style. And you're going to change a few things. First of all, you'll want an outer glow. You want it to spread pretty well. So about 14%, size 20 pixels, turn down the opacity. Okay, final touch, you're going to want to add a light leak. And if you Google light leak thumbnail, you'll get a bunch of good overlays. And this will basically harmonize your thumbnail and make it all one consistent color. For this one, I'm feeling like a pink one. So I'll pick this one. And you want to taking up the whole image, and then you can hit multiply. And that'll... And there you go. You have your thumbnail. Thank you guys so much for watching this tutorial. Sorry if my audio quality wasn't the greatest. I'm still getting used to my new microphone, even though it sounds a lot better. All the links for everything I used will be in the description below. If you've made it this far into the video, maybe consider liking and subscribing, or checking out my own Minecraft roleplay, The Mortal 4. That would mean a lot to me. I don't have much else to say, so thank you all so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye-bye!